but about 2 million people are going without food because they can't, or skipping meals because they can't afford to eat every single day.
Yeah.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.
Hi guys, welcome back. So welcome to those of you who are new here. We are a family who live in the UK and we tend to share our life story and our life experiences here in the UK. Today is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking about the cost of living and how things are getting out of control here in the UK, and basically just covering a couple of news headlines that have been popping up over the last week and a half. Even share a bit of our story in terms of how it has been impacting us as well. So one of the headlines that we saw recently basically spoke about global food insecurity and how, based on the pandemic, I think supply chains already being impacted. Basically, the prices were already starting to increase. And on top of that, then they have the whole war in Ukraine. Now, the war in Ukraine, as you guys know, is impacting oil, but it's not only impacting oil. What a lot of people don't seem to be aware of is that Ukraine actually is the supplier of 30% of the world's wheat. So we are seeing...
It's also a major supplier of sunflower oil.
Sunflower oil as well.
In a lot of restaurants and a lot of cooking all over the world, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So due to that, we're seeing prices here skyrocketing. Fuel prices are literally going through the roof. And I think Kev is probably best placed to talk about that part.
Yeah, I could remember the middle of the pandemic, the fuel price at the pump here, I think it was just over £1 a litre. But the gas station today is saying £1.70, so that's a massive difference. And diesel is a bit more. Obviously diesel is an input for all the deliveries and stuff, so if the cost of transporting goods increases, then the prices of goods will increase as well.
Exactly.
So this is in addition to all the shortages.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something that is affecting people all over the world. Actually, it's not just the UK, but for us, we are seeing it in our weekly shop.
Yeah.
So,
and I think they're saying that inflation has reached to about 9%. I think we know better.
Yeah,
It's way higher than 9%, for sure.
A lot of things with that 9% number, because I see in the US it's 8-point-something%. Here is 9%.
It's just a laugh.
Yeah, but when you drill into the detail, from what I understand, the metrics that they're using now is completely different to what was being used like in the 1970s.
Yeah.
So it's really not like and like. So
exactly.
A lot of people who were around in the 70s would say, "Oh, but we had interest at 17% and all of that," but it's not. It's not
the
like
same.
Yeah.
And the Bank of England, they're trying their best basically to rein in inflation and to control inflation. And they have been increasing interest rates as well. We've had a couple interest rate rises since February. I can't remember exactly when it started, but that in itself is actually putting a strain on things, because obviously once you raise interest rates, if you own a house, your mortgage rates will increase as well.
Yeah.
So they're trying to control. And I think it's probably the right thing to do. It's a little late for that to me. I think a lot of things that they did even during the pandemic created some of the problems that we have right now, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Things like printing money and anyway, I don't want to go into that side of things, but things here in the UK is getting pretty bad. Some headlines have been saying that people are actually having to choose between buying food and paying for their heating.
And the good thing is that at least we're in summer at
Thank
the
God
moment.
for that, at least. Yeah.
Another price increase is, so in April that just went, there was the price cap, because there's a price cap over here for energy. The price cap was increased, so the cost of like heating, gas and stuff, that went up by about 70%. And in October is expected that the cap will be lifted again, so that's when it will be going into winter. So yeah, that could really impact things.
Yeah, we've been hearing people calling in on they call
LBC,
in program LBC, where they're saying that they're seeing their
Already
energy bills doubling, and sometimes more than double depending on where they are.
Yeah.
And it really is tough.
And
People
salaries just aren't increasing.
Yeah, salaries aren't increasing, and some people having to skip meals
Yeah.
because they can't afford to eat. I think they said, and I'll double check this, and if I'm incorrect with this figure, I'll put the right thing at the bottom. But about 2 million people are going without food because they can't, or skipping meals because they can't afford to eat every single day.
Yeah.
And that's how bad it is getting here.
Yeah. Not only that, you have like pensioners and stuff on fixed incomes. So increases like this
is really impacting them and hitting them hard.
Yeah.
Even for us, we've seen our energy bill increase significantly, and like Kev said, is going to increase again at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I mentioned a bit earlier up, I mentioned about mortgages. Like if you have a mortgage rate right now and you are due to renew soon, or due to renew within the next year, your mortgage rates could pretty much double.
Yeah, so we have
and
a mortgage.
I'm probably being exaggerating a bit there in terms of doubling, but it will probably be more significant than what you're paying now.
So we have a mortgage that's we have a fixed rate until the end of this year, but the recommendations that we're hearing is to try and lock in your rates now. Because interest rates are expected to increase even further to try and battle the inflation.
Correct.
So,
and then even before, I can't remember exactly which stage of the year this happened.
Don't go too far, guys.
I can't remember which stage of the year this happened, but the government had implemented some tax post-pandemic to try to reclaim some of the monies that they had given out during the pandemic. So what was that tax, babe, where you had, once you were in a particular bracket, you actually had to pay out more in taxes? Remember when I saw like £600 come off of my...
Oh, that was the national insurance increase. So in addition, in April, I think it was, there was a national insurance increase that went into effect in April. Now, the Conservative government held a lot of flack for this because it impacted everybody, and even the lowest earners would have been impacted as well, a lot. So there's a review that they're doing, I think it's in July, where they will adjust it.
And was this in response to the pandemic and trying to recoup some of the monies
so it's social care related. So that's just another thing that's making things a bit more difficult, because it's taking money out of your pay pack. So
at the end of the day, you'll have much less disposable income. A lot of the money that you'll have now will be going out in bills or food, and it's just getting really bad here because people who are either single parents, or, I mean, thankfully we are together, thank God for that we have two incomes coming into a home. But imagine if you're a single parent and have to bear the brunt of this on your own, how tough it could be. Or people who, like Kev said earlier, if you're on a pension and you're on a fixed income, then how are you gonna, I'm not seeing anything clear where the government is gonna put something in place to help those type of people, and it's becoming really, really hard for a lot of people out there.
And I don't want to be doomsday or anything like that, but because people have a lot less disposable income, they're spending less on like things that they would normally spend on. So whether it's a woman going to get nails done, or whatever it is, people are generally spending less, going to restaurants less, and when businesses have less people coming in, then that's less money to be made, less revenue.
Yeah.
So potentially job cuts could come as a result. So it's all a cycle. And
guys, you gotta prepare. I mean, I really think that a financial storm is coming.
Yeah.
And you just have to prepare and get ready. I hear a lot of people talking about eventually they'll probably have food shortages, and it's not like Kev said, not a doomsday thing or a panic thing, but making sure that you're prepared if you can, as much as you can be, when this thing does come around, because it's not going to be easy, even for people who have even for people who have more than one income coming in. It's gonna be tight for a little while, and it's not gonna, I think it will be here for a while. There are just too many things going on at the same time that's causing extreme chaos within the market.
Yeah, so yeah, prepare guys.
Even in the stock market, things are just, I don't want to look at stocks right now. Everything just plummeting, you know.
Going down.
It's just like, where do you put your money? Where is money safe at the minute?
Yeah, house prices are high right now, but with all the interest rate increases and stuff, those are expected to go down. The stock market has already gone down. Things like gold and stuff, that's down. Bitcoin is down. So yeah, you don't want to just leave your money in the bank because inflation is eating at it. So what do you do, right? What do you do? So yeah, I don't know. You just have to diversify as much as you can. Try to
save
have a
as
safety,
much as you try to save as much as you can
safety
as well.
buffer as much as you can, and try to weather it. If you're living in some place where you can live sustainably, so whether that's solar panels or catching water or growing, all right, or growing fruit or anything like that. All right, Elijah. It will be good to do that. So. Yeah, it's difficult to do that sort of stuff, at least where we are. We're on the outskirts of London.
If you live in the suburbs at all, or if you live in a city, it's really hard to have that sort of lifestyle.
Anything like that. Yeah, but yeah, if you are somewhere where stuff like that could be done, definitely the recommendation is to look at it.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I think if you have a good job, try to. I know these may be difficult times because a lot of people are trying to leave their jobs and that type of stuff. But if you do have a stable job, I think it may be best to stay put and weather the storm until at least it passes, and you know where things are going to be, unless things are like extremely bad and you can't stay. But if you do have a good job, probably that's one of the things that you can do to help weather the storm.
Yeah, try to use it, build up whatever savings you can, try to get rid of any unwanted debt and stuff, because
that's a good point. A lot of people are recommending not using credit cards because obviously with a credit card you tend to spend more than you have, but if you spend cash you tend to budget better. So I'm hearing a lot of people calling in on LBC talking about not using their credit cards anymore and only spending cash to help them control how much they spend, and trying to stick to very strict budgets because of how much things have gone up and the fact that they can't even in some instances clear all of their bills. So I mean, it's getting serious, guys, even for us, and we're just trying to be very conscious about how much we're spending and what we're spending it on and that type of stuff. Alright guys, so that's it from us. We're gonna wrap up the video here. We just thought that we would share with you how things are really going in the UK.
Yeah, and tell us how it is in the comments below, how it is for you, if you're seeing price increases in the shops, if you're seeing gas go up where you are, all that sort of stuff. Let us know.
I just hope that we can all weather this storm and it doesn't get too bad. This financial storm, that is. But anyway, until our next video, we hope that you keep well, and remember to like, subscribe and share, guys. Appreciate you watching. Bye
See you
bye.
guys.